Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Slopcast. Now, today I really don't have much to talk about. I just wanted to come over here and yap for a little bit about some things that were on my mind. Um, the thing I like about having this platform is that I can come up here and say whatever I want with almost any repercussions and not have to worry about the consequences of what I said until later. Now, I know you guys are probably like, that's very immature of you to say that, Zan, but that is the truth of the internet. A lot of people use the internet as a place to escape. There's a very, very sincere form of escapism when I come onto these certain platforms and apps and just yap into the void. Now, sometimes people do come in and they watch and they say things, and that's okay. That's part of the internet that we're still navigating. But the part of the internet that I have already figured out the most is this right here, the void. The yapping endlessly into the void. It has become kind of therapeutic to a point. You know, whenever you have something going on in your life and you don't really have an outlet that you can vent it to, you can go on social media and just yap into your heart's desire. You know, if you have your channel set up where your family and friends can't find it, you won't grow as much, but then you get to talk more freely about the things that you want to talk about. So here on my channel today, I want to talk about a few things. I want to talk about a few things that really start to upset me as I'm getting older now. I've realized that the things that people call family and not my immediate family aren't so concrete. Those things are superficial. Now, for a little bit of context, I grew up very all over the place, if that makes sense. If you're a nomad, that makes sense. If you're not a nomadic individual, you have no idea what I'm talking about. But growing up all over the place, I have met the majority of all of my family members from both sides of my family, from multiple generations. Um, at some point down the line, you realize that everything is not quite as it seems, and not saying that in a bad way, but when you get to a certain age, you do learn the family lore, the family drama, the family gossip, and all that other, all the other tea that comes in between. For more context, my nana had passed away somewhere during the COVID time, and during that time, that's honestly the most I felt the family ever being unified, and it was only in death. Unfortunately, since that time has come and passed, everyone has split and went their separate ways, and it feels like nobody talks anymore. And that's the sad part about this technology thing that people don't understand. This stuff is moving so fast that I'm afraid I'll never have a family reunion again. The next generation will never have that. You go into your grandma's house and spend the night, and then all your motherfucking cousins be over there, and now y'all turn lit all weekend. That's not gonna be an experience for the next generation to have. All the families are broken up. Everyone's too far separated in between. Even if there was an event or a funeral or something for someone to attend, it's like my mom said, it's a 2-hour rule. People only love you up to a distance of 2 hours. You know, if I'm very far away and I plan something or something happens to me, the people who do live 2 to 3 hours away won't come to my event. They will not be there for me. Does that mean that they are not family? No. But does that mean they still had that, admiration for you? That's when it gets questionable. And now I feel like, since with the internet and the new generation and everyone trying to get their 15 minutes of fame and 15 minutes of freedom, that it now comes even fewer and far between. Granted, I want to do whatever I want to do on the internet, but it is a little discouraging when I do certain things on the internet and I turn to my family just for a little speck of attention. You don't have to like it, you don't have to share it, but your 30 seconds of watch time actually gets me paid. When that becomes like, I don't want to talk about that too now. I have to formulate my thoughts on that for a later video. But it's still to the point of just like, man, what are we doing now as a unit, as a whole, as a tribe? And unfortunately, the way things are moving in the future, there will not be any more like tribal families, no more communion families, no more like, you know what I'm saying? That's a thing of the past. And it really bothers me because a lot of people don't really see it as an issue. They just see it as a passing fade. You know what I'm saying? Something that would just, it dawns on you in a moment, and then it'll be gone eventually. But in reality, that's not how that happens, because if you don't take care of these things now, in the future they'll be gone forever. It's the same thing with this release of information that has come out now, and I've been trying to make videos talking about certain topics to enlighten some of the individuals around me who might not have a full grasp of what's going on in front of them. It has gotten to the point they have been scrubbing so much information off of the internet that I can't even find information on topics that I had confirmed I was going to do videos on in 2024, 2025. That's scary, because once the people who knew this information before it was scrubbed off the internet are gone off this earth, the information will be gone forever. And that's the thing people don't understand. Yes, changes are being made around us, but not every change being made around us is for our benefit. For example, when I was in grade school, they stopped teaching cursive in analog time. I didn't realize this until 2 weeks ago, but all of the founding documents for America were written solely in cursive by people with very bad penmanship. So for someone who doesn't understand how to read anything but script, I will never be able to understand things like the Magna Carta, the Declaration of Independence, the U.S. Constitution, the annulment of the Boston Tea Party. You know, these are all very important documents that I feel like as time goes on, we will lose access to these things. You know, I know I started on something completely different than the topic I am on now, but we need to we need to do something here, man. I'm telling y'all, it's only gonna get worse from here, and I don't want to be that guy who comes on the internet and just spreads conspiracies all, you know. But dog, I am the conspirator of my family. I just want to keep everyone up to date on everything that is going on around them. Unfortunately, most people don't want to hear this because it sounds like nonsense. And you know, if I didn't know the things I did know now, I would think it's nonsense as well. I don't know. All in all, guys, I just came up here to yap. Thank you for listening to me yap for about 7 minutes, 8 minutes, so your boy can get some ad revenue. Anyway, thank you guys for listening to your boy's Nathaniel Slopcast. And as I get better with this, I'll work on an outro. But yeah, that's about it. See ya.